Welcome to this video on the state of the American middle class. The middle class, which constitutes just over 50% of the US population, has been decreasing in size over the last 50 years. In this video, we'll delve into the reasons for this decline and we'll discuss the consequences for our economy and society. We'll also explore some possible solutions for rebuilding and supporting the middle class in America. So why has the middle class been declining in recent decades? Globalization and technological change have had significant impact on the middle class in the United States. One way in which globalization has led to the decline of the middle class is through the outsourcing of jobs to countries with lower labor costs. Many manufacturing and service sector jobs that were once held by middle class Americans have been relocated to countries like China and India, where labor is cheaper. This has resulted in a decline in the number of middle class jobs in these sectors and an increase in low-paying jobs. In addition, technological change has led to the automation of many jobs that were once held by the middle class. As machines and software have become more advanced, they have replaced many jobs that were once done by humans. Here is a list of middle-class jobs that have been or will soon be replaced by automation. Assembly line workers in automobile manufacturing plants are being replaced by robots and automation equipment that can perform tasks such as welding, painting, and assembling cars with greater efficiency and precision. Data entry and record-keeping jobs in the medical field are being replaced by electronic health record systems which can automatically input and organize patient information. Retail jobs such as cashiers and checkout positions are being replaced by self-checkout kiosks and automated point-of-sale systems. In transportation, self-driving cars and trucks are being developed and tested, which could potentially replace human drivers for long-haul trucking and taxi or delivery services. In farming, precision agriculture technology such as drones and autonomous tractors are being used for tasks such as crop planting, spraying, and harvesting. In the construction industry, bricklaying robots and automated concrete pouring machines are being developed, which could potentially replace human workers for tasks such as bricklaying, concrete work, and other labor-intensive tasks. In addition to this list, as artificial intelligence continues to improve, I personally see even more middle-class jobs lost to automation in the future. So is the middle class screwed? This depends on who you ask, but I'm an optimist and I believe that the advancement in technology and the loss of some jobs will lead to new, better jobs in the future. So what is the middle class? The Pew Research Center defines it as households that earn between 2/3 and double the U.S. median household income, which was $65,000 in 2021. Using this calculation, the U.S. middle class is made up of people who earn between $43,350 and $130,000 annually. It is important to note that this calculation is just a generalization and it does not account for household size or location. If you'd like a tool to compare your situation to others in your area, check out the Pew Research Middle Class Income Calculator to enter your own details. Enter the location that best describes where you live. For this example, we'll select Jacksonville, Florida, and we'll enter household income of $100,000 annually and 5 for the number of people in our household. According to this calculation, based on our household income and the number of people in our household, we are in the middle class income tier, along with 53% of adults in Jacksonville. I'll link to this calculator in the video description if you'd like to check it out. Americans in the middle class tend to have a higher proportion of college degrees than those in the working class and are often employed as professionals, managers, and civil servants. Middle class families often have enough disposable income to afford minor luxuries like eating out or occasional travel, but must rely on loans to afford big ticket items like vehicles and homes. So what are the consequences of a shrinking middle class? The decline of the middle class has significant consequences for the economy and society as a whole, with one of the most obvious being economic inequality. As the middle class shrinks, the gap between the rich and everyone else grows. When we compare aggregate household income, or the total of all wages, salaries, profits, interest payments, rents, dividends, and welfare payments made by each class, we can see that the share of aggregate income held by the middle class has fallen steadily. In 1970, adults in the middle class income households account for 62% of aggregate income, but this number has dropped to 42%. Meanwhile, the amount of aggregate income accounted for by upper income households has increased significantly, from 29% in 1970 to 50%. The concentration of wealth at the top can have a number of negative consequences on social mobility and the ability of people to move up the economic ladder. One way in which this can occur is through the influence of wealth on access to education and job opportunities. For example, wealthy families may be able to afford to send their children to private schools where they'll get a better education and more opportunities for advancement. They may also be able to afford to pay for internships, networking events, and other experiences that can help their children get a foot in the door at prestigious companies. This can create a cycle of wealth, with the children of the wealthy having greater opportunity to achieve prosperity and then passing that wealth on to their own children. The concentration of wealth can also lead to social unrest and resentment, as large segments of the population feel left behind and unable to achieve the same level of prosperity as others. This can manifest in multiple ways, such as protests, strikes, and political movements calling for change. It can also lead to an erosion of trust in government and political institutions, as people feel these institutions are not working for them, but are instead benefiting the wealthy. The decline of the middle class also has implications for the American dream, which is the idea that anyone can achieve success and prosperity through hard work and determination. With fewer opportunities and higher costs of living, it has become more difficult for people to achieve this dream. This can lead to a sense of hopelessness for those who are unable to improve their circumstances despite how hard they've been working. So what can be done to address the decline of the middle class in America? There are a variety of policy solutions that have been proposed, including raising the minimum wage, expanding access to education and training, and addressing the rising cost of healthcare. These measures can help improve the economic security of those in the middle class and reduce inequality. There are also steps that can be taken at the individual level to help address the decline of the middle class. Saving and investing wisely, starting a small business, and advocating for change can all help to build and sustain economic security. In conclusion, the shrinking middle class in America is a complex problem with significant implications for the country's economic and social fabric. While there are no easy solutions, a combination of policy changes and individual actions can help to address this issue and support the middle class. Thank you so much for watching. This channel is relatively new and I have a ton of new videos coming out this year, so if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Also, if you're not sure what to watch next, check out this video that YouTube is recommending. I think you'll really enjoy it. Thank you so much, take care, and I will see you next time.